Fun fact. You're about to learn some shit. Be prepared to learn something new about yourself today. We're going on a mystical journey into the world of suspension glitches. And by suspension glitches, I specifically mean the stability glitch, which not a lot of people talk about, which is strange. Like, I've only seen 2 people talk about it. Then again, I don't really search for people who talk about it. So, I don't know. If you get a like, give me a like if you learned something new today about this. Yeah. So first we're going to build one. In case you don't know how. It's very important that you have this block. Otherwise it don't work. It don't work. Okay, so the only reason why I'm bringing this up, this whole topic, is because I haven't seen anybody talk about this, and I figured this out myself. Like, I don't know if this is new information, I don't know if it's old information, but from what I can tell, it's relatively new information. Because I'm the only one who's ever really thought about it, or from what I can tell. So, someone else may have talked about it, and you probably already know this. And if you don't, like I said, give me a like. Okay, so this is the stability glitch. It's kind of like that, except that one's a super one that I built myself. If I can show that in a different video. Just somebody leave a comment if you actually watch this. It'd be cool. Pretty much, stability glitch, it won't flip. It can turn, it can spin, as you can see. That's the turn. What I mean is, so like, okay, there's 3 axes of rotation. There's Y, X, and Z, right? Yeah, okay. So, so this is, I think that's the X rotation. Z rotation would be if this went that way and it was laying flat on its side. And Y rotation is if it flipped forward. You think you're funny, don't you, Abby? Anyway. So the thing about this is that it rotates corresponding to how it's facing. If that makes sense. To how I said it. I'm going to show you what I mean, but that's how I say it. It rotates corresponding to how it's facing. Because... Okay, so let's call this standing up. So it's standing up, so it can only turn on its x-axis. But, big but, if we were to put it like this, if we were to manually rotate it, like force it to, it no longer turns on its x-axis because it's sideways now at the start. So I guess you could say it now rotates on its z-axis. I think that would be it, because it flips like that. An easy explanation is that the long sides, it'll always turn towards the long sides. So, you know, it's facing like this. Up is, or forward and backward is Y, left and right is X, and how do I explain Z? Doesn't matter. You get the idea, hopefully. This is a Z rotation because it's rolling in a circle shape. If it was 2D, if it was in a 2D environment, there is no Z. That would be rise over 1 YX, but it's a 3D environment, so that's a Z rotation. So I'm going to do this now. Stand it up again. this is an X rotation. Oh, I missed. Because it's turning on its horizontal axis instead of its vertical axis, going to the left or right, and vertical axis going forward and backward. Whatever. Explaining things that I'm not completely sure about is hard. Don't quote me on any of that. Except for the explaining things part. That you can definitely quote me on that. I'm okay with that. Last explanation is like this. So now, if we're facing in the same direction, this would be the Y rotation, because it would flip this way. Oh wait, flip that way. So if we're looking at it like this, here. We're looking at it like this. If the button was to go and flip towards this suspension, that'd be a Y. If it rolled towards this way, it'd be X. And if it flipped, like, oh man, this is hard. Okay. Flips this way. When you're facing this way, it's Y. Flips this way. When you're facing this way, that's technically, realistically, it's X, but the way I'm explaining it in this case, it would be Z. And if it just spun in place, that would be Z in... No, that's X. And the way I'm explaining it, it would be X. In real life, it'd probably be Z. But you get what I mean. Hopefully. Hopefully you get what I mean. A better example would be just to make something spin in place. Yeah, oh wait. Another good thing I could teach you. Welding bearings. If you try to weld something to a bearing, it doesn't work. So watch. Well, I don't know. It shouldn't work. Yeah, okay. That didn't work. But if you weld a bearing to something, it works. Okay, that's an X rotation, by the way. Let's build one of these. Just got done explaining that. It's force of habit. I always just want to... Okay. This would be Z rotation if that was the way I was explaining it. So this is X rotation. This is Z rotation. And then... that's Y rotation. So you see what I'm talking about now. So, I mean, if you look at them, they're all pretty much welded in the same way. They're just facing different directions. But this can drastically affect how your vehicle works if you use these glitches. A good example would be this. This has, as you can see, it's glass. I'm using modded. I think that's from the Grego? I'm not sure. Is that from the Grego mod? No, it's MJM. MJM's mod. Pretty much, it's a suspension glitch that keeps it from flipping forward or rolling on its x-axis. Oh, no, on its z-axis. Yeah. So it prevents it from doing this, and it prevents it from doing this. But I want it to do this. To do this. So I can do this, and I can... Oh, hit a tree. Okay. And this over here, which I've been kind of showing and hitting, is, I guess you could call it the ultimate stability glitch, because it will not flip. It will not flip no matter which direction you try to put it on. Example. It already has a bearing there, so that'll be one. This will be another. And this will be another. No flip. Doesn't flip. Oh, wrong tool. Doesn't flip. You can see it's moving because of gravity. It's trying to equalize itself to the ground or find something you can find friction on. Nothing. No turn. Doesn't turn. See? And you can see it is trying to turn, but it doesn't. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and show you how to build this, just because I can show you how to build it. If you don't want to watch it, go ahead and stop the video now. I'm going to go ahead and get started building. I mean, this could be used for making saucers, flying saucers. Translation, you know, vehicles that use translation only. So we're going to use glass. We're going to use glass for this so that you can see inside of it. Okay, so we need that. We need those. Don't need that. Don't need a button. This build is very unstable, though. Be aware of that. Very unstable. Come on. Kind of like how I thought was going to happen. Okay, so you start off with something like this. Now if I'm correct, yeah, those are connected. Hold on a second. Test. One, test. Trying to see its stability. And it doesn't seem very stable. It likes to bounce around a lot. Anyway, pretty much what you do is you save this. Looks cool in the workshop. Looks really weird. Super stability part. Yeah, there you go. Super stability part. I think I already have a part. Thought I might. I spent like I think this is it. Yeah, this is what I used. So let me just compare them to make sure they're correct. It looks correct. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. So you need to build 4 of these. Four of them. Although we don't need this last one. Okay. This part is fun. What you gotta do is you gotta kind of fit them together. Like a nice big puzzle. The other one is here. Like that. Actually, no. Not like that. Oh, wait a minute. There. Whoa. Huh. Frictionless. It's completely suspended in the air. It's a phantom until you hit it. Weird. Okay. Now, I don't know how stable that's going to be. Surprisingly stable. Okay, so I need to replace the blocks on the suspensions. So this is actually how it's supposed to come out. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. Stability. Half, I guess. I could have just kept that one on the lift. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Let's hope this doesn't bug it out. Eh. It wants to, but it just doesn't. No, that's not right. Why is that not right? There we go. Oh, wait a minute. This isn't the same. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so what you should end up with something like this. Actually, no, this is the same. This is exactly the same. You end up with something like this. And it's completely stable. It will not rotate no matter what. Now, if you wanted to make something interesting out of this, just take out the 4 blocks in the center. Now that the 4 blocks in the center are missing, just smack it. Beyblade. Until it hits something on the walls. It should keep spinning because of its own glitchiness. Yeah, and it'll stay stable so it doesn't bounce. So it's easy to maintain. Usually it's whack in the corner gets it started. It's weird, it comes back. It seems like it has a direction of rotation. Interesting. But like I said, you can use this for lots of different builds, like saucers. Specifically saucers, that'd be great for that. Make sure everything's welded up. Lift, otherwise you can't. so that pretty much concludes this tutorial, explanation, what have you. I really don't know what to call it, but if you liked it, obviously leave a like, and feel free to try this out and experiment it with yourself, because I don't know, it could possibly turn into something cool. Say you can add a turning suspension glitch into it somehow. Alright, talk to you later.